Hi there, I'm Pat Bloom. I'm a senior UX and visual designer and also a senior front-end developer. Um, Partly working for myself, partly working for a CEO. That's an online marketing company. And in this video, I want to show you some interesting small project I did recently. It's a WordPress website, a one-pager. And what's interesting is that there's a lot of content, and in some way I managed to put it all on one page, um, and which is very nice. So it's not a usual one-page website with just one scroll, but it got different content sections and different content types which they can add from the backend, which I also will show you. I divided this video in a few parts, and let me finish the intro, and then later on I'll continue to some method I work with. It's called the 4 phases of web development, in which I show you how I work and approach the different parts. So what was funny with this project is like there was almost no budget. I mean, it's a small film company, and they came to me and asked me like, "Hey, can you make me a website? We want to have pledges for a new crowdfunding movie." And so I was thinking like, okay, um, let's do this. It's a nice project, and it's interesting because it's yeah, it's a challenge. And they had a lot of wishes. I mean, they want to have their movies on it. They want to put there all the pledges so people could like pledge for the new movie from €1 to like I don't know 25,000 euros, and they want to have a lot of text on it. So in a way, it's a whole website, but it had to be fit in one. Um, and there was like also want to have a contact form, and they want to have to put to be able to put their own movie drone, they call it. It's like their favorite movies, which is already like 117. So it's pretty much thinking about how to manage all this content into one single page, because otherwise the website was getting too big, also for them to maintain, and also for me to make, because there was only like a small budget. So what I did, I put all these wishes from them in one big bunch, and divide them in like, okay, what do they really need to have, like the have tos, and what would be like nice, like want tos. So what would what could be nice, but maybe can also be like in the future, because the website had to be like online for this year, so it needs to be like pretty quickly. Mm, I'll show you quickly a little bit the website, what it's about. You can see here, it's what I said before. It's like it's all made on WordPress, and it's got in a way several blocks, as I call it, or you can call them partials. It's all like pretty modular. So you can see there's pretty much content. You can view the trailer of their upcoming movie. I won't show you all, but it's all there. You see it's nice in Lightbox, and people could also go like directly make a pledge, which is also in a Lightbox. So that's really what I like. You know, you want to have as less as clicks as possible. So it's like all on one click. Everything is on one click. So no pages have to load. It all gets indexed very nicely with Google like this, because it's all on one page, and when people come there from Google, they come directly on this page. You see like parts of it, like the movies they like. And so movie drone, we got here links to the social channels, which are actually all on YouTube, because that's where they put all their movies and snippets and clips and stuff like that. We got here contact, It's all like with Ajax loading, and it's of course with WordPress pretty easy because there's already like lots of plugins and stuff like that who can do this stuff. Nice detail, none of the plugins of this website are paid, so it's all like I really try to keep the budget as minimal as possible, so I could put the most time and effort in a way building the website. So this is, in a way, you can scroll from here, like going there, or we can go from here again to the top. So this is what it became. I want to go to 4 phases, which I always use to to develop a website, and I call them the 4 phases of web development. And you can see it's on my own website. It's on the petbloom.com, and I got here a short story, short article about how this principle works. And it's a ways I won't talk too much about it today. It's like my experience of years of developing and designing. I do both. I put it all together and made it a sort of kind of agile process. As you can see, it's like in 4 steps. You get all the different parts from mapping and UXing till the final launch and the debugging of a website. You can look it for yourself. I'll put the URL in the movie. Let's go to the first phase for this website. And what's really funny with this website, like there's no real, I didn't make any wireframe for this website. I, in a way, started, no, I didn't make any wireframe for this website. I started directly working because there was this small budget, directly working very close to them, like which parts and blocks do we need on the website. So it was very clear they want to have a big slider. They gave me some website for inspiration. They want to have a big header, and I call it a slider, but it's in a way a header, banner, or a hero, or whatever, or how you call it, with 2 big call to action. One is like the crowdfund, and the second one is like a trailer from an old movie they made, the Corncracker movie. And so this is really the most important for their website. They want to have people crowdfund their new movie, of course. So that's why we put it like completely on top. They also had a lot of text like, okay, who are we? And I decided not to make any long text on it. This says enough about who they are, and here's some more in-depth information, which is in a way pretty compact, and that's why it's nice to work with tabs, because you can keep the blocks very compact and efficient there. And you can see it's pretty modular. All these blocks are also like different pieces of code in the template, or in the parts, it's better say. And this whole modular thinking is part of sort of kind of rapid development method I like to use, because you can really focus on one part, and if it's not ready to finish, you can go to the next one and pick up the other one later on. This whole front end is got a framework beneath it, and it's called the UI kit, and that's sort of kind of like Bootstrap. For those who only know Bootstrap, well, there's more frameworks. I mean, you also got like UI kit, which is what they say like lightweight and modular front-end framework, developing fast and powerful web interface. Well, and that's really what it is. It's much more clean as the Bootstrap, and it's really already very lightweight. I mean, you don't need jQuery or something. They got their own script, and it's all like mobile first. and that's of course all the frameworks, but it's more clean. The code's more clean, it's lighter, and it's more aesthetic from my point of view from a designer. I think Bootstrap is sometimes a little bit sluggish. You need to add a lot of prefixes and codes and stuff like that. But this one fits the job, at least for all the websites I built recently. And it got all these minimal icons already by default, long before Bootstrap had it. And that's main of the front-end UI is based on UIKit. And you only need like a minimal CSS to style it, for example, to the way you want it. I think that's said about the mapping. I mean, I see this still as mapping and UX. I already made in the first step. I already decided to work on UIKit, for example. And I choose to work with NPS. I'll show the link also somewhere in the video. And it's a modular pattern system. It's something I developed a few years ago. And it's really about breaking down the whole page to the structural, which are actually like the header, the main, and the footer elements, and also the sides, till a template. I mean, that's the actual content or blocks that are changing. You got the partials, which are the blocks. And this may be confusing, but in this case, a block is really just nothing more than a container for example, a header or an embedded image or code. Or so this is really the HTML elements, and there you got a wrap around it, and that's called a block. And the actual page building blocks are the partials. I won't go too deep on this stuff. You can find it on the link I provide in the video. Let's go back to the page, because I think this is all said about the whole mapping stuff. And what I said before, they didn't have much budget, so I decided directly, like after having the idea of what need to be built, I directly started developing the front end. So I put there the UI kit under it, I put the NPS under it, and I start to define the blocks, and then added the codes and colors and the styling and the identity. The thing they also didn't have yet was a logo though that would fit their new website. I mean, they had an old logo, but you know how it goes with some companies. They had some logo somewhere in JPEG from 10 years ago, so I made them a new new logo for the website, and also added some identity colors which are being used throughout the website. So there's the blue is the primary color, then we got the blue dark, this primary dark color, and etc. etc. So that's in a way it was the design and develop. I kind of move some parts over, and that's really funny, because sometimes it's possible you can just make wireframes, and if the client is satisfied with it and they can trust you, you can, in a way, if you've got good developers or you're a developer yourself, go directly to development, because you got all the elements, and you know it's a little bit depending on the budget. You know what to develop and how much you can rely on a framework like UIKit, because then it looks already like very tight, it's responsive. You only need to add colors and fonts and of course some identity stuff. So what was funny with this website, that's it's one page, so all the content they also need to add in the backend at one certain place, and of course this website can grow later on, so I really want to get it all related to this homepage, because later on maybe we can maybe make another page with a different template and so on, so they can at that particular content on that page. I'll show you also the backend, because I think besides as a front-end developer, you care about the front end, of course, but a good front-end developer should also, in my opinion, be able to develop a good backend, especially in WordPress. I built this site mainly just like with free WordPress plugins, and mainly with the advanced custom fields and custom post types plugin, in which you can actually build very nice backends. I mean, this is the homepage. They can edit like this. You see they only got a minor or minimal interface, and they got all these blocks on the page. All the parcels got their own tab, and all the text fields got their own text field, of course. All this text part. I mean, if you go to the header, you see the two images here. You see the header, and you got the URL. Well, here it's like call it the anchor link, and here's like a URL to the YouTube movie, and in the front end it makes a lightbox of it. So if you go back to here, you'll see this will go there because it's anchor link, and this one will open a lightbox from the UI kit. It's all like fully responsive, playing very good, etc, etc. So that's the funny part, that it's really understandable even for a lake to edit the page. Well, I did it with all the blocks. There you got here, for example, the about block at the top with a heading, a text, a button, text, and a URL again, which is also again a lightbox. And you got the tabs which are beneath. So you got this part, and you got the tabs beneath with the content. In the front it makes like 2 columns, etc. I did it with all the blocks in the front end. And for example, these things are interesting. These are the light boxes, especially from the movie block. So if you go to movies, you see it's a very small block, but at least it's clear. It's the heading, is the text, and these are the 2 buttons with the light boxes, which also got their own intro texts and their own heading. Well, I'll put this stuff in here. So the movies, this whole movie block had its own header and content, which they can style, they can put images in it, and all the pop-ups also got their own heading and their own text and their own image, which got of course a certain size which they can upload themselves. They can just edit and choose another image by themselves. In these two movie pop-ups, it's loading a lot of posts, which they can actually edit from here. So if you go to movies, you see here all movies. You can see here all the movies which are being edited. It's already like 177. And which are, you will notice they got different tags, because if they tag it with movie, they will come in the movie pop-up, and if they tag it with movie drone, it will come in the movie drone pop-up, because this is different. It's all like classic movies, cult movies by the way, and this is all like other movies. And the same method I also use for the pledges. I mean, and it actually got the same template. It's in a way to save time, and for now it's okay. I mean, you have to release it very quickly. For example, if you go to the pledges, which is another post type, they can add their own pledges, and if they edit it, which is also around 30. It's a typo from them, so it's not my thingy. They can put a title, a text, and here you can see the amount of pledge on which they on which got sorted on the front end. So then the script knows which one to place first. So this, in a way, very clean, very minimal backend. I mean, they only got one page. They can edit and they can add the pledge in the movies. This is what I sometimes a little bit find disturbing. I see it with a lot of big websites, for example, on which I have to work, which come from other companies. It's like one big mess in the backend. But I think it's also important to keep your backend very nice. Divide it in columns, put it in groups, stuff like that. So that's said about the development of the backend and front end. I hope it makes it a little bit clear. So to recap, I do a lot with modular building blocks. I put there a framework behind, and the rest is a lot of SAS or less styling to make it very efficient and nice. The final thing is of course, after developing everything, to launch it. Well, it was all going well. There's a local environment for this, there's a staging environment for this, and on the end we put it on the live environment. And good thing, of course, to check when it's live if it's performing good. I mean, I do it a lot with Pingdom and with GT metrics. This one is always very nice because you choose your area, and in this case Germany is the closest. And this came out, so it's like almost 100. Almost 100 is pretty good. Despite a lot of images, I mean, there's pretty much big images. There's even a background video from 25 MB. It loads like in one second, and it only sees like 2 MB of scripts, which is, I think, pretty good. I want to keep this video very short, so I'm gonna make an end on it. If you got questions, or you wanna have your own site reviewed, or you wanna know more about this process, check out my own website, which is petbloom.com. I'll throw a link in the video. And I think this is it. The first video I'm doing like this. I hope to do more. So see you next time. Bye bye.